Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to another Noisy News Week. Here's where I fill you in on some notable news posted to noisypixel.net this past week. Starting off the news roundup, we have Idea Factory International releasing the opening movie to Death End Request 2, coming to PlayStation 4 and PC later in 2020. This trailer doesn't really show much. You're just going to see some characters and a nice background song. I want to see some English gameplay, so hopefully they show that soon. Moving on, Koei Tecmo Europe hosted a event at Cloud Matsuri, this online kind of digital thing that they're doing for revealing games and anime. But Koei Tecmo decided to participate, and they showed 25 minutes of gameplay from Fairy Tail. This gameplay focuses on Crocus and the Grandmaster games. It's just a lot of story. There's a few battles in it, but be sure to watch it if you're eager to play this game when it finally comes out. I believe it was delayed again recently, so that sucks. Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris got a new overview trailer highlighting character customization and exploring. The game is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam on July 10th. And I don't know what some people are saying that this game doesn't look good, and I don't know, you're crazy. Like, if you've played all the other Sword Art games and you're looking at this one, you're like, damn, like, okay, this is a lot better. They kind of got rid of that old engine that they kept reusing for all the games. I will say that Fatal Bullet was very surprising and actually one of my favorite in the series. Bandai Namco continued their wave of announcements by saying that Charlotte Cracker will be included in the DLC Pack 1 for One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. There's no release date for this DLC at this time. It just says this summer, but he will be joining Smoothie Cracker as a playable character. CFK announced that they will publish the puzzle adventure game QV. What a freaking bad name for SEO. You're gonna get a bunch of stocks or something if you Google that. Game's gonna come to Nintendo Switch, and they released a new trailer that just shows one of the key art images. There are 3 screenshots of the game, and it looks like an indie adventure game where you push blocks around and try and get through different maps. The game stars a girl named QB who can travel between dimensions, and she is trying to restore peace and harmony to each of them, and that's just her job. Fruitback Factory announced that they will publish the remastered version of the orange juice developed shmup Flying Red Barrel: The Diary of a Little Aviator on PC via Steam on June 19th. This game was originally released in 2007 from Orange Juice, and it has never been released on Steam before, so they kind of fixed the resolution and made everything look all nice. But this game is very indie. It has a cartoonish theme about it, but you know what? If you like the Orange Juice games and the characters, you'll probably appreciate this release. Blowfish Studios released a new trailer for the Bitmap Galaxy developed action-adventure Yester Morrow, and the game is in development for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam, and it'll be coming soon. Yester Morrow is a 2D platformer action game that blends puzzles with fighting, and you know what you're going to get from this game, probably just from watching the trailer. It does look nice though. I can't seem to get enough of this style of game. There's some elements about this title that hopefully make it stand out. We'll be sharing news with that release when it's delivered. CE Asia announced that the Azure Flame Studio developed action strategy RPG Banner of the Maid will launch on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch later in 2020. This is that SRPG that released on PC, and it's developed in China. It has some really cool illustrations. It follows the French Revolution, and goddamn, I can't beat around the bush. There's hella waifus in this game, guys. Man, I was sweating playing it. I remember. I was like, whew, get me on that romance route. But it never came. And it doesn't come. Because it's history. For God's sakes, you can't change history. Hopefully the console release receives all the PC patches that have been added since launch, which fixes balances and some of the maps in the game. Some more Bandai Namco news. They have indefinitely delayed the mobile RPG Tales of Crestoria, which was supposed to release in June 2020. It even opened up pre-registration. However, following the beta that they recently had, there was many more adjustments and fixes that they needed to implement, which they were like, man, we're going to have to delay the game. They are going to still try to hit the June release date, but I can only imagine maybe a month or two delay for this because they seem to understand what the issues are. So good luck to them. Strictly Limited Games and In Games announced that they will publish a game that was canceled 27 years ago by Sega. This game is called Clockwork Aquario. Check this game out. It is a piece of arcade history. The game was in development from like the Wonder Boy creator and stuff like that, and it was canceled because a lot of the arcade games at that time in 1992 were more centered around action and fighting. There was just no room for a little 2D platformer. Everyone was going 3D, and once you go 3D, I don't know, I went back to 2D long ago because we all know it's better. Regardless of the fact, they will be publishing it on current generation consoles, and that is awesome. So a piece of history is coming back from the dead, and we will finally see this game that was canceled so long ago. Idea Factory International announced that they will publish the compile hard developed RPG Neptunia Virtual Stars on PlayStation 4 in 2021. Yes, we will have the PlayStation 5 by then, but we're still getting Neptunia on PS4. That's what I'm saying, weebs. We're going to be playing the PS4 for so long that I hope all these guys are like, okay, backwards compatibility across the board, so we don't have to get out the PS4 every time we want to play one of these weeb games. When the PS4 came out, I felt like I was playing PS3 games for probably like a year before I got any RPGs on the PS4. Was that stupid shooter that launched? It's not stupid, like Killzone or... Yeah, I had Killzone on the PS4, and I was like, I had it for so long, and I was still playing PS3, and I was like, man, I've never beat Killzone on PS4, I'll tell you that much. Pretty game, not my cup of tea. Nevertheless, it seems like we're going to be getting RPGs on the PS4 well after the PS5 has launched. Neptunia Virtual Stars is a rhythm action game with hack and slash elements. It is different from all the other titles in the series. It stars like VTubers, and there's like these two VTubers that are creating good content which fuels this planet system, but they end up getting captured by this bad group. The distress signal goes out, and then the goddesses come to help, and you have an adventure. Moving on to visual novel news. Oh, we got some spicy stuff for you today. In a blog post, Soul Pressed announced that they will no longer publish visual novels in the West. The company will focus on publishing manga instead, and they will finish up their current release of announced titles, but that might not be the case because they also announced that they will not be localizing the Laplacian developed The Future, Radio, and the Artificial Pigeons. This, as well as any other title from the developer. They will finish up Kickstarter rewards for Newton and the Apple Tree. That's really sad. They did say that they hope another publisher picks up this title in the West, so Nekonyan, Sky Project, come to the rescue. Another surprising update, Sharon no Kuni. If you don't know this name, 4 years ago on Kickstarter, Tokyo Otaku Mode and Frontwing are like, hey, we're bringing over Sharon no Kuni. Let's launch a Kickstarter. Well, it failed. They came back to the Kickstarter and they're like, hey, we're trying it again to do Re-Sharon no Kuni. And they're like, also, PS Vita, physical release, limited run games. But no, that wouldn't be the case because that game, following it, I got like $100,000 over its asking goal and nothing. They ran into a bunch of development issues with localization, and now they're just focusing on the PS Vita release, which Limited Run Games is like, hey, we can't do this anymore because Vita production in the West is not really a thing anymore. East Asia Soft to the rescue and is like, hey, we'll do it because it's still happening over here. So physical release secured. The publisher is still working on the Vita version first and then the PC version, which is so confusing because why aren't these versions talking to each other? There's something going on, guys. The strange thing is that this game has released on Xbox 360, PSP, and I believe something else. I don't understand what has caused all these issues, but you can rest assured that when it's closer to the release date, we'll reach out for comment. I digress. I totally lost track of what I was saying in the story. Anyway, we got some screenshots. That's it. Sorry. Moving on. Izanagi Games announced that the full-motion video game Death Come True from Danganronpa director Kazutaka Kodoka will release on Nintendo Switch and iOS and Android devices on June 25th. And this is a worldwide release. The game will come to PS4 and PC at a later date. Anybody looking forward to this game can. It is not like 428 Shibuya Scramble. It is a full motion video game, so you choose something and then the actors act it out. Very cool. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of publishers opt to do this kind of stuff, so it's really cool to see it when it is done with the Japanese developing studio. And it's the Danganronpa creator. Can't really go wrong there. I'm excited for this. Moving on to reviews, we have Liberated, The Takeover on Switch, The Outer Worlds on Switch, and Real Life Plus version Kaname Kamutsuzaki. Yes. Thank you so much. That's the show. Stay safe out there, guys. Have fun. Wash your hands. Let me know in the comments below what you're up to. I'll see you next week.